Joining me right now is the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget President, Maya MacGuineas. And Maya, it's great to see you. I was thinking about you when the CBO score first came out. I wanted to get your take. We'll go through some of those numbers from the CBO in a moment, but you say this Build Back Better plan actually costs closer to $5 trillion as opposed to the advertised close to $2 trillion. Please explain.
Absolutely. So there are a lot of numbers flying around, and it's complicated to follow this debate. And in some ways, that's the purpose. People are trying to kind of stuff numbers into different packages so we don't realize the real costs. I think that is sort of the most troubling thing with all of this, which is in this bill, many elements of the spending are set to expire prematurely after 1 year, after 4 years, after 5 years, even though the supporters of the bill fully plan for those spending programs to last indefinitely, certainly over the whole 10-year period which the bill has scored. And this is a budget gimmick to make the bill look like it costs a lot less than it really does. So by our scoring of the bill, it would cost about $4.9 trillion, twice as much as advertised, if you fully extend these policies like the supporters of the bill plan to happen. That means huge amounts of borrowing, huge amounts of spending, and we're talking about a bill that is much larger than it appears to be on paper.
Yeah, I mean, it really bothers me to be dealing with these gimmicks because, you know, it's hard to trust what anybody's saying when they're using these gimmicks. Because, look, Maya, you've been around for a long time. You've been studying this stuff for a long time. If you put a child tax credit in a plan, why would you say it's going to go away after 1 year? And how hard is it to make it go away after 1 year once people have that benefit in place?
I mean, you're absolutely right. Budget gimmicks have always been here, but they are getting worse, and they are getting supersized, right? Because we are talking about really, really large items now. So take the child tax credit, which I think is the most important one. Obviously, the supporters of this proposal want it to stay in forever. They're putting it in for 1 year because it would cost $1 trillion more to put it in for the full period of time. And they're saying, don't worry, if we extend it, we will pay for it. Well, if you look at history, whenever something's put in a bill, whether it's a tax cut or a spending increase, and it expires prematurely, nobody pays for it when it gets extended. They make the case, oh, it's already part of the budget. We shouldn't have to pay for it. And as you're pointing out, you have a lot of people getting the money who are obviously bought into keeping that in place. And so you've built a huge, strong constituency. Nobody's worrying about the costs. Nobody's worrying about the national debt. And it's kind of a political joke to say, we'll pay for 1 year now, but we promise we'll pay for the rest of it in the future. If they're willing to pay for it, they should put these policies in full and pay for them today and have the bill not add to the debt, which was what was promised by the president and many of the politicians who were supporting this, but the numbers still haven't reached that point. I will say they've tried to pay for a lot of the bill, and that's very impressive, but there's still a big hole.
And when you say, you know, pay for it, oftentimes, and certainly with this bill, when you say pay for, that means taxpayers are paying for it. Taxes are going to go much higher. The CBO said last week that this would increase deficits by roughly $750 billion over the first 5 years and $160 billion over a decade. Maya, you saw what AOC is saying. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is saying, forget about Congress altogether. We don't have to continue debating this. Just have Joe Biden make this an executive order and sign this into law. Your thoughts on that? Is that even feasible?
No, I don't believe that's feasible. But my thoughts on that are Congress is abdicating its power, its oversight of the budget altogether. First off, we know everybody that the levels of polarization are dangerously high. Nobody's working on anything. But the first step in all this is pass a budget. Put a budget out there that shows where the country is headed. And we haven't done that. The budget has really just been used as a tool to push through reconciliation or fast-track measures so that you can circumvent the normal process. Put a budget in place, and then, of course, Congress has to make these decisions, and they should. This cannot be the kinds of pendulum policymaking where you have one party ram through something, and then when the next party's in power, which happens, it switches back and forth all the time, they spend all their energy trying to undo that policy. That's happened with Obama's health care. That's happened with tax cuts. That kind of uncertainty is terrible for the country, where what we should do is put policies in place that are reflections of the overall country, compromises involved, and keep them there so that they're more durable and there's more certainty so that we can invest and plan and grow our economy.
Yeah, exactly. So, Maya, last week when I spoke with Kevin McCarthy on Sunday, rather, he said, look, we might get another bite at the apple at this because we are expecting Democrats like Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema to stop this from moving forward in the Senate. And by the way, I heard it's more than just those two. I heard that it's Mr. Tester. There are about 5 Democrats who don't like parts of this, and it's not just the 2 of them. But let's say it stops in the Senate, then what? They'll have to go back, take things out, change it, and then it goes back to the House again. They want to get something through, Maya. Do you think they will?
It's a really tough one to predict right here. I think it's unlikely that they don't get it through this calendar year, but it could happen. You've got some strong leadership there really pushing to pass this bill. But I think this is absolutely right that what came out of the House is certainly not going to pass in the Senate. There are a lot of reservations. They are more widespread than you hear sort of on the top lines. There are concerns because it was promised that this would be paid for, and it's not. There are definite concerns about the huge budget gimmicks of all these fake expirations. So there will be changes in the Senate. A number of members in the House weren't eager to pass a bill that they knew was going to have to change so dramatically. But that did happen. But I think they will have to go back to the House. And this back and forth, where basically everybody has some leverage because of the margins, makes it a really difficult negotiation. And listen, this bill is huge. Massive changes in spending programs and taxes. We should be taking the time to actually debate the policies. I would argue that very few people know the details of the policies in these huge bills. So much focus has been on the top line numbers. We want to think about how you do these policies, not just how much they cost. And a little time might not be the right political thing for some people, but it's the right thing for crafting policies that make the most sense and really get the kind of thoughtful kind of digging into the details that is necessary.
Yeah, it's a great point. Love your work, Maya. Thanks very much for being here this morning. We will talk soon as more developments become available. Thank you so much, Maya MacGuineas.